Thakur and I am student of JNM first year. Today I am here to give a presentation on COVID-19 lockdown. Let's start with its introduction. Due to the COVID-19, a number of non-pharmaceutical interventions, colloquially known as lockdowns, has been implemented in numerous countries and territories around the world. These restrictions were allowed to stop the spread of COVID-19. By April 2020, about half of the world population was under same form of lockdown, with more than 3.9 billion people in more than 90 countries or territories having been asked or ordered to stay at home by their governments. China was the first country in the world who announced the lockdown in the world, and after that many other countries has implemented it. COVID-19 India lockdown. Continue with it. The government of India ordered Janata curfew on 22 March 2020 from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. as a part of social distancing to stop the spread of COVID-19. On the evening of 24 March 2020, the government of India under Prime Minister Narendra Modi ordered a nationwide lockdown for 21 days as a preventing measures against the COVID pandemic in India. Timeline. First one is our phase 0, which was also called as pre-lockdown, which was started from 1 March to 24 March in 2020, in which no restrictions were allowed. Another is which was started in 24 March to 14 April, in which all transport, industrial, commercial, and private establishment and hospitality were closed. And one is phase 2, which was started in 15 April to 3 March in 2000, which allowed farming, operation, some industrial and movement of cargo. In 4 May to 17 May 2020s, in which the cities are classified according to red, orange and green zones, in which the relaxation were allowed according to these zones. Another one is our phase 4, which was started in 18 May to 31 May 2020, which was for 14 days, in which movement of vehicles were allowed without any kind of special conditions. How dramatically lockdown helped in reduction of cases of COVID-19, in this screen we all seen that this peach color indicate that how lockdown one help in reduction of cases of coronavirus, and this orange color will also indicate the lockdown 2, which help in the reduction of cases of COVID-19, and dark orange color indicate the lockdown 3, which is helpful in the reduction of cases of COVID-19. Impact of lockdown. We all know that nothing is completely good or bad in this world. There is something bad which is hidden in every good thing. But as I said, there must be something good hidden in a bad thing. So here I will tell you how the corona pandemic has positively and negatively impacted in the world. First one is our positive impact. First is nature is happy. The most pronounced positive impact of coronavirus had been on environment, in which all type of pollution such as air pollution, water pollution and noise pollution was decreasing day by day. And nature has the time or opportunity to renew itself. Decline in road accidents and crime. Most of the people are locked in their homes, and roads are deserted because of it. The number of deaths in the road accident had came down sharply due to the lockdown. Not only a good people are locked in their homes, but also a criminal instinct are locked in their homes. So that was why it caused a decline in crime. Reduction in overconsumption habit of people due to the lockdown. Unnecessary shopping and traveling of the people were stopped. Plenty of time. Due to the lockdown, people spend most of their time with their family members. At the time of the lockdown, offices were closed, so that was why people spend their most of time with their families. In the lockdown, people done all their tasks which they are unable to do due to lack of time. Global togetherness. Whole world was going through the crisis of COVID-19. Then the global togetherness was seen during the tough times between the countries. Negative impacts include livelihood of farmers. Due to the lockdown, farmers are living in the homes and animals are causing great damage to the crops. The market was closed, due to which farmers was unable to sell their crops and vegetables, which lead to an impact on their lives. paucity of medical facilities, non-availability of sanitizer and mask. Prices of sanitizer and masks have gone up and poor people cannot afford them. As buses and taxis are not available, so it was difficult for sick people to get treated on time. Due to the lack of doctors and high number of patients in the hospital, patients are not being treated properly. So that was why small diseases like cold, fevers were likely to increase in the rural areas. Education. Students who were studying in different states could not go back to their native places when the lockdown was announced. Because of lack of resources, they were struggling to get food and some basic essentials. And others, the peoples who have planned for their marriages or another family function, they have to cancel them. People's mental health is being affected due to the lockdown. People's coming from outside the village are not able to keep themselves in the isolation. They do not keep themselves separate and do not understand the severity of disease. Lockdown in Himachal Pradesh. The first COVID-related death in Himachal Pradesh was reported on March 23 when a US returned Tibetan man come from a contagious disease. COVID-19 cases were spreading day by day in Himachal Pradesh. Then government of Himachal Pradesh announced a 10-day lockdown from May 17 to May 16, 2020 to check the spread of COVID-19. Hamirpur district has reported highest cases of COVID-19 and Solan is second in number. And Solan district was continued with coronavirus lockdown for a month after the nationwide phase end on May 31, 2020 and extended the curfew to till June 30, 2020. In July 25, 2020, an increasing number of COVID-19 cases had been found at Govindgarh locality in Nahan. Then Himachal Pradesh government announced a lockdown for 2 days in Nahan and Baddi from July 24 midnight to 6 a.m. on July 27, 2020. From August on November 2020, to check the rising cases of coronavirus, the Himachal government imposed night curfew in state's 4 districts from November to 24 to 15 December 2020. The districts were include Mandi, Shimla, Kullu and Kangra. In the month of May, Himachal Pradesh government has took the decision to impose the corona curfew from May 7 to 16, 2020. For 21, cabinet had decided to extend the curfew in state till June 14, 2021. At last, I want to say that Kabira says that करत करत अभ्यास के जड़मती हो सुजान करत करत अभ्यास के जड़मती हो सुजान रस्सी आवत तेजावर सिर पे ते परत निशान। अगर कोई मनुष्य किसी भी कार्य को निरंतर करता जाए तो वो उस कार्य में हमेशा जीत हासिल करता है। तो अगर हम इसी तरीके से अपने निरंतर प्रयास करेंगे then one day we will win against this COVID war. Thank you and have a nice day.
Good afternoon, all of you.
Another application. Slide. Slide में ना इनपुट चला जा रहा है.
Good afternoon, all of you. I'm Bhuvneshwari. I'm from JNM first year. Today, I'm here to present my presentation on COVID-19 vaccination and their impact on people. For vaccination, vaccine is necessary. Vaccine is biologically preparation that is used to stimulate the body immune response against disease. Vaccination is treatment with a vaccine to produce immunity against a disease inoculation. India began its vaccination program on 16 January 2021, operating 3,006 vaccination center on the onset. Vaccine used in India mainly Covishield, Covaxin, and Sputnik V. As you show on the screen, this graph shows the all vaccination of India from 16 Jan to 17 September. This scabbard line indicates the total dose, and blue line indicates the first dose, and orange line indicates the second dose of vaccination. As you all know, Himachal Pradesh became the first state in the country to complete administering the first dose of COVID-19 vaccine for the 18 plus age group. Yet COVID-19 cases in Himachal Pradesh, total confirmed cases are 2,17,615 and cured cases are 2,12,133 and total death cases are 3,659. Now discuss some myths about COVID-19 vaccination myth. The COVID-19 vaccine is unsafe because it was developed so quickly. Fact is, the vaccine are proven safe and effective. No step was skipped. The clinical trial and safety reviews actually took about the same amount of time as another vaccine. And second myth is the COVID-19 vaccine has severe side effects such as allergic reaction. Side effect of COVID-19 vaccine has mostly been mild to moderate and short lasting, not permanent, and in some people, side effect of COVID-19 vaccine depend upon their immunity. Side effect of COVID-19 vaccine is mild, like drowsiness, chill, pain at the site of injection, headache, muscles pain, nausea, heat, fatigue, etc. Next, the COVID-19 vaccine caused the infertility in women. The truth is there an amino acid sequence shared between the spike protein and a placental protein. However, experts says it's too short to trigger an immune response and therefore does not affect fertility. Some people says when I received the COVID-19 vaccine, I no longer to need to wear a mask. Fact is, masking, hand washing, and physical distancing remain necessary in public until a sufficient number of people are immune. Next, I will already been diagnosed with COVID-19, so I don't need to receive the vaccine. Fact is, if you have already COVID-19, you can still get vaccinated and it may help you to stay safe, especially for the Delta strain. Next, you can get COVID-19 from the vaccine. You can't get COVID-19 from the vaccine because it does not contain live virus of corona. Some phobias and question of people regarding the vaccination, like what is the cost of vaccine? Has anyone gotten COVID-19 after being fully vaccinated? You can't get vaccinated while pregnant. Dose of vaccine first decrease immunity, later it build immunity. So there is high risk factor. Don't take vaccine before and after 5 days of your periods because immunity will be very less during periods. Solution of all these phobias and questions is only this: vaccine are clinically proven safe and it is and you can get vaccinated during the period. And if you are pregnant, most people how get COVID-19 after vaccinated. However, since vaccine are not 100% effective at preventing infection, so people who are fully vaccinated will still get corona positive. During the COVID-19 pandemic, all healthcare workers face the many type of problems, social, personal, and clinical, like shortage of PPE kit, shortage of beds, shortage of staff, isolation from family, fear of transmission the virus, rapidly expanding workload with an increasing number of suspected and confirmed cases, lack of effective treatment for unwell patients. Then ever, even then, all work of all healthcare workers are commendable. How ASHA workers help during the COVID-19. ASHA workers are the first line of defense in India fight against COVID-19. Their work include visiting the community, ensuring quarantine, bringing medicine and supplies in addition to taking care of those with palliative need. How community health worker helps in COVID-19. Community health workers are poised to play a pivotal role in fighting the pandemic, especially in low-income countries with vulnerable health system. They also protect healthcare workers and people, interrupt the virus, maintain existing healthcare services while sharing their capacities, and shield the most vulnerable from the socio-economic shock. And who the nurse involved in the vaccination process. Nurses guide remaining knowledge about the importance and process of vaccination. Nurses can educate patients on vaccines, efficacy and safety. And this communication, the result of public awareness, and ensuring the safe handling, storage, and administration of vaccines is a great hurdle that requires nurses' expertise. Nurses are also responsible for maintaining everything involved in the vaccination process. And next, role of doctors. As we all know, the role of doctor during the corona pandemic is graceful, but some people of society create violence against doctor and other healthcare workers. Although violence against doctors and healthcare workers is not uncommon, healthcare workers understand some of those patient-related characteristics which may be associated with violence. At last, all healthcare workers and other frontliners during COVID-19 pandemic plays an commendable role. They are real heroes, so give them love and respect. Thank you all for a frontliner for all your sacrifices. At last, I want to say, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kashi Dukh Bhavahe, means may all sentient being be at peace, may no one suffer from illness, may all see what is auspicious, may no one suffer. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Next one. The